Hello everyone. It is Friday, April 15th, 2022, and tax day, and also Good Friday for those of you who celebrate. I am actually at the beach in Santa Monica, surrounded by a bunch of kids who are here to clean up the beach. So they're on a mission, and we're grateful to them for what they're all doing. Here they go behind me. I have to say it was quiet and peaceful here, and then I got bombarded by all these kids, but it's okay. They're here for a good cause. Anyway, I just wanted to step in and say hello and just document this beautiful, beautiful moment on the beach. And not necessarily an update, but just to say hello. Although the update is that this is an off chemo liquid healing week, which thank God for that. Gives me a little time to recover a little bit, and I have to say that my body is handling this pretty well, like it did last year as well. I mean, a few days after, I'm a little bit tired, but it's getting less and less, and I take that as that there's less that it's working on. So some of the symptoms of what I would feel, the side effects, was just major fatigue and kind of a little feverish, fluish a few days after. But I have to say that the last few weekends after, I usually get my liquid healing on Thursdays, and usually my Saturdays and Sundays were kind of meh, but I've actually been pretty good. So that's a good sign. And I have a CT scan on Monday, which will be the first time since January. So we'll see what that involves and what that shows. I'm feeling good overall. I do have varying abdominal cramping, I think due to the stint, but also the decreased motility of my digestive system just because of chemo and, for the most part chemo and being on a little bit of a painkiller, methadone, which I take at night. But yeah, throughout the day, I kind of have varying abdominal cramps. Right now I have nothing. I'm always grateful for that. But the other night I was doing some yoga and just laying there on my back, and my abdomen, I'd say my abdominal muscles, but my abdomen was not necessarily my muscles, but my abdomen was kind of speaking to me. And I mean, we all know that chronic pain is just so mentally tiring, exhausting. And it was a day that I was kind of, always kind of feeling something. So I was just laying there, and I realized something. And it's something that's very common for all of us, is that what I noticed about myself was that when I feel stuff, pain or whatever, what does it trigger? It triggers fear. And when we go into fear mode, we tense. It's like we hold our breath. I hold my breath. I'm not even conscious that I'm doing it until I get conscious. I hold my breath, we get tense. So when we're in fear, it's either fight, flight, or freeze. And in my case, I find myself freezing. And which creates this cycle, this loop. So when I get fearful, I feel something in my abdomen, I get fearful, my body naturally gets tense. I'm not even aware, but I'm holding my breath, which creates more tension. Actually, when we hold our breath, when we get stressed, we breathe short, shallow breaths, or we don't breathe at all, which creates more stress in the body. So it's like this loop. And so the more we breathe shallow breaths, or we don't breathe at all, we create more stress. The stress creates more tension, more pain. We get fearful, we get stressed, we hold our breath, and the cycle continues. And so I'm having to consciously remind myself to breathe deep into my lungs, to breathe deep into my belly. Because there's a lot of stuck energy when we hold on, when we withhold, when we are scared, when we are stressed, when we are worried. We hold on, we contract, and our whole body responds to what's happening here. And that's what creates, when we are in chronic stress, it wears down the immune system. It just basically shuts down the life force in our body. And our body is here to show us where we are in our mind. And as I was laying there the other night and I was feeling that pain, I noticed that I wanted to metaphorically look away. I don't want to, when something feels scary or threatening, what do? We want to look away. We want to pretend it's not there, because we're scared. So, but what I was realizing was, my body is calling for my attention, for my love, and for my nurturing. So wherever we are feeling pain or tension in our body, we immediately go to fear, and we almost like shun our body, which makes it worse. In my classes and, in my career as an exercise physiologist and a wellness heart coach and spiritual teacher, I'm going to say that about myself. I don't usually say that about myself, but I do teach about the spirit by sharing what I'm experiencing, obviously. I don't know why Siri just thought I was asking her a question. She just says, 1 sec. Okay. Anyway, what I have always said is that our body speaks to us. Our soul speaks to us through our body, the sensations in our body. And our body is trying to communicate to our mind. But we get fearful, and our mind shuts down what's happening in the body and looks the other way. So I always say that, we abandon our bodies before our bodies ever abandon us, and our bodies don't even abandon us. They're just calling for our attention, for our love, for our nurturing. But we often do the opposite. We get annoyed, we get fearful, we get angry, frustrated. And I know, I'm right here. This is constant work in progress right here. Constant. So I just was laying there and just like, oh my gosh. I've had a couple major surgeries, so I got scar tissue in there, and there's still numbness, and I realized that, my little body is just saying, I need you to love me. I need you to pay attention to me, to touch me. I'm just going to be honest. I've been afraid to touch my belly because it feels weird. And so again, we want to kind of avoid, but that avoidance creates more resistance, more tension, and the body's calling out for more. So when we don't pay attention to our body calling to us to the taps, it gets louder and louder until we finally pay attention. Clearly for me, cancer got my attention. My body said, we need to stop. We need to stop some of the conditioning and programming, beliefs about ourselves, the story we tell about ourselves that is not working, that is depleting our life force. And we need to get conscious and aware of what's in this subconscious here that's often running the show. It takes a lot of work, a lot of intention, a lot of willingness, a lot of painful, radical honesty with ourselves. And I am convinced that the only journey and relationship that truly matters, obviously one with the divine, but with our own self and our body. Our body is this vehicle that allows us to be here on this planet, shining our light into the world, our unique divine expression through us as us. And yet we neglect and treat our body like crap by what we eat, lack of hydration, lack of sleep, nutrition, of course, lack of exercise. As I always say, movement equals life. It does. It sends a message to your body. Just walking. Get out and walk. Every step matters. Every step matters. Especially when you walk with intention. When you step into, I am stepping into this new fresh moment. I am stepping into this new fresh moment. I am stepping into this new fresh moment. In this moment, the holy instant, only moment that we can exist in. Yet we let our minds take us to the future and stress and worry or dwell in the past. All of that creates resistance in our being. And healing is right here in the holy instant. In this moment, when we turn inward to tune in to what our body is calling us to look at. So it's about developing a healthy, loving, harmonious, balanced relationship with our bodies. Something that we have avoided and continue to avoid and treat not so nicely. I've seen it in my 30 years of working in this career. But this is the most important relationship we have. Because if we aren't in this loving relationship with our body, we aren't our best selves. We can't be that to somebody else or the world unless we are taking care of ourselves and our bodies and listening and honoring and loving. So this whole journey has just allowed me to love my body even more and to honor it and to listen to it and to take care of it. Think of your body as a little child that's just wanting your love and attention. And if we continue to look away, how would we feel as being a little child if our parents looked away and didn't care? But that's what we do when we don't listen to our heart, when we don't listen to our soul, when we don't listen to what our body is trying to share with us. So, and every moment is a new moment that we get to choose a different story and relationship with ourselves and our body and our heart, mind, and soul. All right. I love you all. Happy Easter, happy Passover, whatever you celebrate. It's a rebirth for all. Love you. Bye.